almost over here at a few minutes after 5. They have 2 outs in the ninth inning, and they are trailing 9-4. And the catcher Grandel is up. I believe that's right. And he's got a strike on him. So this game it's at 9 for the Astros and 4 for Houston. So I just want to hear your comments out there, you Sox fans. If you're listening, I wanted to do that today. I hope they'll get some comments here. I'm going to discuss this in several ways, this game. We do have runners at second and third here at the bottom of the ninth, so they maybe could get some more runs. We'll see. It's 2 outs. Is it going to drop here? Well, the game's over. The guy just fouled out. So that's the end of that, folks. So let's get your comments coming in on the Sox loss today. They lost 2. And so Sox fans, just give us your comments. Come on. But I've said this from the beginning, that I didn't understand Reinsdorf's firing of Rick Renteria. And then later on, we find out that Tony La Russa had some DUIs, that he hired him. And it just seems sad that that's the way it was. We just dug up that information on the Sox last year. A friend was calling with me, and we talked. They won 1 game last year in the playoffs and then lost 2. That was a shorter playoff. So the Sox got a chance. They had to win 3 in a row, which is a very high bar, 3 in a row. The Astros only got to win 1 out of 3. So the Sox are in the hole, as they say. Now, I'm going to say this as gently as I can, and I've said this to others too, and you can give me your thoughts on this. But I've gone to a couple Sox games, and it seems like the batting order is never the same. The pitching can be good, and the pitching can be bad. The hitting is sometimes there and sometimes not there. Now today the hitting was a little there on this game, in this 9-4 game, but it seemed like the pitching just was not there today, and Kimbrel did not do well. Giolito did fair, but it wasn't too good. Like I said, there was a little better hitting today, but it still wasn't enough. Now, I want to ask this question to you out there. Would Rick Renteria done just as good as Tony La Russa? I've heard more comments. I heard this Bob Costas on this NLB network. They just keep gushing over Tony La Russa. Oh, he was with this guy, that guy. He's old. He knew Connie Mack. I just heard all this right now. No, Sox want a winner. We don't care about the history of Tony La Russa. That's the problem here. I wish the newspapers and the rest would stop this gushing stuff and face up to that Tony is not inspiring this team the way it should. I think since the Mercedes incident, where Mercedes was chastised for hitting a home run when he had a 3-ball count on him, and he was publicly chastised by Tony La Russa. I think that was totally wrong. Then later he was demoted, and then he quit. Now, some say he came back. I'm not sure on that, fans, but some say he came back. but he was really disenchanted, Mercedes there. And I think he played third, didn't he, folks? If that's not, I think that's correct. Oh, he caught. I think he was a catcher too. So give us your thoughts. I'd like to hear some opinion on this. I want to throw up just this right now. It just hits me. Here's a little about our friend. I think friends of the Sox would say Rick Renteria. Could Rick Renteria done this good? I think so. What's your thought? Couldn't Rick Renteria done as good as Tony La Russa, the famous Tony La Russa? I'm going to use the word famous. That's all we keep talking about. That Tony La Russa will do this for the Sox. I remember Hawk Harrelson said that too, and about a month ago or more, that Tony's going to pull it all together. Yeah, we got to have 3 in a row, which is a very high bar, very high. So I think Rick Renteria could have done just as good. What's your thoughts on that? Anybody out there? Maybe we don't have anybody out there right now. We got to improve our audience. That's what we got to do here. But anyway, so Rick Renteria, I think he got, quote, the shaft, as they say. And I don't think he was that bad. And I think he had more camaraderie with the players. And, Tony, some of his managerial decisions too have not, they're up and down about pitching, about your batting order, how you use your players. Like I said, talking publicly about one of your ball players and sort of chastising him in public wasn't good. And so, if you got any thoughts on that, let's have them here. What do you think about this game today? It was a 9-4 Astros victory, and we had 6-1 yesterday. Not too good. The Astros are a good team. We knew that from day one here, that they were going to be tough to beat. So, and maybe the pitching should have been different instead of Lance Lynn starting. So, anyway, there's a lot of factors here, but the Sox are a good team on paper, and I think they are. To win 3 in a row, it's going to be difficult. My one friend brings that up all the time, and I think that is very, very true that it's going to be dang difficult. So, anyway, we had an interesting game. We will be back on Sunday. I think that's an evening game, Sunday. And we'll be watching that closely. And I think those are in the other Fox FS1, I think they're going to be on. So we're going to be watching that. Okay, we have a comment from Presley here. I thank Presley for coming in. I'm going to put the comment up from Presley. They're just not that good. Unfortunately, Kimbrel has been a complete bust. Yeah, Kimbrel was supposed to be better, Presley. That is true. Something happened there. I don't know. Everybody likes that stance. He goes, oh, that's sort of cute and beautiful, but I think he has not been that consistent. I was thinking about Hendricks the same way for a while, but I think he's been pretty good. Hendricks, I think he's been good. And Teperia, we haven't had him in a while, but he came back from his finger injury. But Presley, you're right. They maybe aren't that good in a way. Like I said before, I think on paper they look pretty fair, pretty good, but I don't think the inspiration is there in the latter part of the year, and I think that's why they fell apart after the All-Star game was the Mercedes incident. I don't want to harp on that much more, but I think that was part of it. But Kimbrel has not been as good as he is advertised. That is very true, and we'll see where that goes. So give us your comments out there. I thank you, Presley, very much for your comment. And I hope there's others out there that will come and join in this little conversation. We'll do this a few more minutes here. But, and I'm sort of, these commentators are all going to talk about Tony La Russa doing this or that. I just don't, it sort of gets me really. Rick Renteria would have done just as good. Don't you agree out there? I think Rick Renteria would have done just as good for the White Sox. And thank you again, Presley White. So he would have done just as good. That's my opinion on that one, but I think some others would say that too, probably. But the media has been giving Tony La Russa a big out. Tony La Russa has been given a big out by the media, and they just keep loving the guy. And I don't know, just because he's old. And yeah, hey, Presley's back. What's the comment here? Oh, Presley wants to know about against winning teams. Not sure what their record against winning teams were by game 162, but I'm pretty sure it was just middle of the road. Actually, it was not quite middle of the road. They were below 500. I don't have that right in front of me, but they were not that good against over 500 teams. No, that's their biggest downfall, or whatever you want to say, Presley. We can look that up, and the NLB stats has that on the standings. With the standings has that. I know they're one of the low. They were the lowest team of all the teams in the running right now. I think they were the only one, maybe below, that had a low record on 500 teams. They were just not that good on 500 teams, and they were not good on road games. They were about the worst too on that, but they were the best on home games. So this is we'll see if the home games can really do it. Yeah. Presley's coming back here with another comment. Thank you, Presley. I agree with Renteria. Yeah. This Renteria thing, I'm just really, it's like I said, I think he would have done just as good, and could have kept the momentum going too, I think. But it seems like Reinsdorf and the people up top didn't want to do that for some reason. I don't know why, but it wasn't too good. So thank you again, Presley, for that comment. Yeah, I think Renteria would have done good, and I'm fortunate I did get to see a couple Sox games with a good friend, Jose. I think the Sox do one good thing. I don't know if the Cubs do this as much, but Sox Charities, I would give a shout out to Sox Charities, that they do a lot of good community things, and that's one thing about the White Sox. They do that. So, and my friend, because of helping, you got a few tickets, so I was with them for a few games latter part of the year here. So that was very good. So shout out to Jose there. And but let's just, can they win 3 in a row? Presley, you got any thought on that one? Can they win 3 in a row? I mean, that's going to be a tough one, and maybe they can win 2, but I don't know. That's going to be dang tough to win 3 games in this season in a row. They haven't had too many winning streaks, but they did at the end have that 6-game winning streak, and they almost did it on that Detroit game. That was that's the game I went to at the end, and yeah, that's right. I think they fell apart right at the end, at the last inning, if I remember right. So anyway, let's see if the Sox can pull off 3 games, maybe 2, but it's going to be very tough. It's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be very tough to do that one. So anyway, thank you for taking a little time. And Presley, yeah, Presley is my thought. I agree with you here, brother. Presley's got another thought. We're having a lot of comments from Presley, and I appreciate it. Yeah, they're capable, but it's going to be tough. That's how I feel about it. Like I said, on paper, they've been look good. They've had some good times and good games, but they looked a little better, I thought, this game than yesterday on the offense side. The pitching's really got to be there, and so they got to pull it all together to win 3 in a row and then win 1 down in Houston here. They got to win in Houston. It's, yeah, 2 in a row. I have a friend who thinks they're not even going to win Sunday. I don't know about that. I think they can get themselves fired up for maybe the 2 games, maybe. The third's going to be tough, though, for sure. Maybe they can win 2, but third's going to be tough. Yeah. Well, I think you agree that, yeah, it's possible to win 2, but 3, I don't know. To go back to Houston, that's what Presley thinks too. And Presley White, I thank you very much. I think that's probably true. The going back to Houston is going to be a tough one. They don't have a good record there. Like I said, they got a good home field record. They've had the best in American League, almost one of the best in the majors. But against 500 teams, not so good. In away games, they've been, I think, 2 or 3 below 500. And the over 500 teams was not too good at all. So I think they were, if you look at the top teams right now in the playoffs, they had lower records on those 2 areas. But their pitching, his record has been good. And so that's one good thing. So their pitching has been good overall, but it's up there. There's a lot of things the Sox have been good at. So again, Presley, I agree with you. Thank you for coming by, brother. And yeah, we'll hope for better luck on Sunday. That is correct. Better luck on Sunday. So thanks, you Sox fans. Is there any more out there? Let's get them in, those comments, last comments here before we wrap this up. And Monday, we might talk about the Sox again, or we'll talk about one of my topics that we can see at the bottom of the screen is the COVID situation and getting those shots. And I really encourage you to do that. And we're working on having a special local doctor come on and talk about his experience with COVID. That might be happening here soon. So hopefully we'll see you on Monday. We'll either be doing Sox comments or other type of community things. There's a lot of stories we like to do, so we'll be doing some more. And I survived my tooth pull out too. That's been getting me down a little slower because of that fatigue and stuff. Getting my energy back. Taking antibiotic on that, so getting my energy back. So that's good. So thank you again. Hey, Presley, thank you for your comments, brother. And so we'll see everybody on Monday, and we'll hope the Sox do better on Sunday. So anyway, for right now, we'll just say God bless you folks out there, and bye-bye. God bless. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.